a seasoned veteran of the intelligence agency and IC. She is, as I mentioned, the lead for our St. Louis ecosystem. She has been throughout the agency in research capacities, in acquisition capacities, and she is now the face of NGA in St. Louis, talking about Moonshot Labs, the Accelerator, and everything that's happening downtown in the St. Louis ecosystem. And so we have her online to give us some introduction into what's happening there and how you can be part of it, how you can participate in accelerators and moonshots and all the great things that are happening in that area. And so first, I want to thank Christine for stepping up and doing a little switch while we have a last minute change in schedule. So appreciate that and her willingness, and hopefully you guys understand the flex as we move schedules around, things happen during the day. But with that, I'd like to pass it over to Christine. Again, thank you so much, and we're looking forward to your discussion.
Great. Well, thank you so much, David. I really appreciate it. And I'm very happy to be here today. I am coming to you live from Moonshot Labs in St. Louis. It's also really timely to talk about all the things that are going on in the ecosystem, because we have GeoInt conference in St. Louis next week for the first time ever. And we'll also have it in St. Louis in 2023 and 2025 when N2W will be opening. So very exciting. I'm going to share my slides here. And we'll get started. Okay. So as David said, I'm the Ecosystem Engagement Lead at NGA. I'm here today to talk about how NGA is engaging in the ecosystem and about the Accelerator and Moonshot Labs as two exemplars. I will tell you that the selection of St. Louis, if you're not familiar, NGA has two campuses, two main campuses. One, of course, out east, where Phil was coming to you from earlier, and then one in St. Louis, down by the Anheuser-Busch Brewery, down by the river. And so when the decision was made to build a brand new campus, the decision to keep it in the city of St. Louis really acted as a catalyst for the growth of a really vibrant geospatial ecosystem in the St. Louis region. And let me go ahead and talk a little bit about when I say the St. Louis geospatial ecosystem, what it is I mean. So academia, the St. Louis region has over 40 colleges and universities, and many of those already have geospatial programs in place, and others in the last couple of years have really been strengthening those programs, excuse me, and their geospatial focus. Industry, we've got both traditional and non-traditional partners, and really a growing number of smaller businesses that are relocating to the St. Louis region. Government has been a huge component of building the ecosystem as well. The city and state and counties on the Missouri side were very instrumental in getting the location of N2W to stay in St. Louis. And so they're still very involved. And it's the first time I am a 21-year veteran of NGA. It's the first time I've really had the ability to work with local, city, state, and federal entities all together. So that's really exciting as well. Civic partners, there's a lot of economic development that organizations that are really all in helping to highlight the many opportunities for businesses to engage in geospatial in St. Louis. And if you are coming to GeoInt next week, you will see a huge St. Louis geospatial hub on the floor of the conference. And then the innovation community. There's three main innovation hubs in St. Louis. We've got T-Rex, Cortex, and 39 North. And 39 North is really focused on ag tech. Cortex has been growing their geospatial pool, while T-Rex has been a primary driver in the ecosystem. And they established the first geospatial resource innovation center of its kind. And that is just one floor above me as I sit in Moonshot Labs, which is in the T-Rex. And so collectively, all of these entities are really pioneering that geospatial tech with a focus on national security. So NGA is already reaping the benefits of this regional geospatial ecosystem. And one of the strengths St. Louis has is a really strong geospatial workforce. There is a strong demand for geospatial jobs, and we're seeing growth in key areas such as IT, data science, engineering fields. There's also been a growth in patents and a growing number of tech companies that are relocating to St. Louis. This equates for more opportunities for workforce development and a strong talent recruitment pipeline for NGA jobs. And obviously having a strong research and innovation community helps NGA take advantage of new ideas, as well as allows us to transfer technology for commercialization more readily. Not only are there the universities that are in the area, but we also have a strong entrepreneurial community here. And so the tech incubators and accelerators allow us more opportunities to partner with small businesses to keep moving the agency forward. And lastly, building partnerships and implementing collaborative efforts are going to help us prepare for fully utilizing that unclassified space at N2W. And will show the community NGA really is a partner and is dedicated to seeing St. Louis succeed. And I know that Phil talked about Moonshot Labs as that place for us to really be able to test and implement before the doors open. So in addition to, in order to be able to take advantage of the growing talent pool and entrepreneurial geospatial spirit in the region, NGA really needed to embrace the unclassified mission space and employ both non-traditional and traditional tools for engagement. And through these tools and agreements, many of which you heard about, a little bit that you heard about with industry engagement, and Dale will talk about some of them as well. NGA is really accelerating and enabling a vibrant geospatial ecosystem. And I'm going to call this kind of the wheel of innovation tools that we are utilizing to engage. So I talked a little bit about the why and the how, and now let me talk a little bit about the what we're doing. So all of these initiatives really started taking on steam in the last couple of years, and we've always done CRADAs and we've always done outreach, industry engagement. But all of these initiatives that you see here, we started in the last couple of years really laying the foundation for meeting mission today and tomorrow through both people and partnerships. And one example is NGA's engagement with regional academic institutions through cooperative research and development agreements. We've also, in the past year, stood up our first educational partnership agreement, and since then have added many more, and there's many more in work. We also are really looking to build the STEM capacity through the ecosystem. It's a really important piece of our efforts. NGA stood up a K-16R STEM working group to help broker connections and ensure that our goals are being met. And then the other thing I should say is that we've got a lot of partnerships. One is with the National Security Innovation Network, and through NSIN, NGA is collaborating both with academia, with undergraduates and postgraduates to solve some of NGA's hardest problems. But we're also looking to do some competitive programs with NSIN as well to kind of reach out to the startup community. And T-Rex, not only are we housed here in T-Rex, but we also have an MOU with T-Rex to work with them in the Geospatial Resource Innovation Center. So the other thing under the innovation bin, innovation initiatives, and that's kind of a very broad term. I think we overuse innovative quite a bit, but there's two things that I'm going to dive a little bit more into detail on, and that's Moonshot Labs and the NGA Accelerator. So I'm going to start with talking about Moonshot Labs. So Moonshot Labs, which was launched just this year in July 2021, is NGA's first ever collaborative and unclassified innovation hub. The center is about 12,000 square feet of shared workspace within the T-Rex Innovation and Entrepreneur Center in downtown St. Louis. And we are about, I'd say, a couple miles from our NCW, so NGA Campus West. That's our current facility. And we're a couple miles in the other direction from the new facility, N2W. The goal of Moonshot Labs really is to provide that place to forge connections between the agency, its partners in academia, industry, and really to help transform how we do business on the unclassified side. And we're trying to drive that technology development and innovation, as well as achieve strategic mission objectives. And we're really trying to transform how the agency currently does business. So Moonshot Labs will be a place where the best and brightest talent in the agency, academia, industry, and other innovators will work together to optimize unclassified and open source solutions to meet specific and strategic NGA technological challenges. And we're going to do this through a variety of ways to include innovation events like hackathons, pitch days, as well as traditional and non-traditional agreements like those listed on the wheel of tools slide that you saw before. And so geo and technology development that's accomplished within the walls of Moonshot Labs really is going to strengthen national security as well as help to grow the St. Louis geospatial technology ecosystem. N2W, next NGA West campus is currently being built and will open in North St. Louis in 2025, as I previously mentioned. And Moonshot Labs was opened as a precursor to the N2W Innovation Center. And that Innovation Center at N2W was designed as an open collaborative space where NGA personnel can work with traditional and non-traditional partners in that unclassified environment, which we've never been able to do before. And so Moonshot Labs is going to allow us to prototype a new way of doing business and is going to enable us to really hit that ground running when the doors open at N2W and the N2W Innovation Center. And that's going to be open in less than 5 years. And if you have additional questions about Moonshot Labs, you can see there's the Moonshot Labs email address below. And so now I want to talk a little bit about the NGA Accelerator. So NGA's first Technology Accelerator launched in late 2020. And the technology, my date is wrong on there. So it launched in late 2020. The Technology Accelerator is a collaboration between Missouri Technology Corporation and Capital Innovators. And it's formed under a partnership intermediary agreement that we have with MTC. So the program is really about enabling NGA to transfer technology while helping companies understand specific mission-related capability gaps, learning how to compete in federal space, and finding opportunities to further develop their technology for NGA's benefit downstream. And the NGA Accelerator is allowing NGA to conduct advanced pre-acquisition discovery through a very highly competitive program supported by NGA subject matter experts as well as industry mentors. And so why an accelerator? Why did NGA go this route? Well, there's a number of reasons. It not only advances NGA innovation through structured engagement, it also promotes federal technology transfer for commercialization, sources the most cutting-edge solutions from across the nation. It drives workforce engagement with hands-on solutioning with industry, effectively helping to change NGA's culture. And it really is a national security imperative. It allows us to shape future technologies and engage with our partners. And maybe more importantly, it allows us to develop ahead of our adversaries. And then it also helps build that economic growth of the ecosystem. So the benefits of participating in the NGA Accelerator, I should say that the NGA Accelerator is based out of St. Louis, but it is a national accelerator. And it's a 12-week accelerator program. 8 companies are chosen to participate, and they get $100,000 in grant funding. They also, as previously noted, get that industry mentorship and that direct engagement with NGA. They receive valuable feedback, connections, pilot opportunities, and unparalleled resources to help their businesses accelerate and scale into the future. So each accelerator cohort starts with an NGA requirement and a key component problem owner. That's really important. And a lot of the problems we're addressing are directly from the tech focus areas. And the first cohort focused on foundation geo and office. And the cohort ran from March to June and concluded with a virtual demo day of presentations. And that virtual demo day was open to the public. There was government folks there, as well as venture capitalists, angel investors. And so we received a lot of great feedback. A lot of the companies that went through cohort 1 have already received regional funding, as well as some venture capitalist funding. And 5 of the 8 companies applied to participate in Research's Big R Broad Area Announcement. So all very exciting. And then future events for cohort 2. So cohort 1 was all virtual. Cohort 2 is a hybrid event. It kicks off today, and it is going to have in-person sessions at Moonshot Labs. So it's going to allow us to bring the founders in, the companies in, work directly with our NGA champion teams, which are subject matter experts, in an open environment. So it's really exciting for us. And then cohort 3, the problem owner is going to be research and that new organization that Phil talked about earlier, Data and Digital Innovation Office. And so they'll be the problem owners, and that announcement will be coming out probably in spring of 2022. So stay tuned for that. And so I guess in closing, I just wanted to say that the bottom line is NGA's successful engagement with the ecosystem has been achieved by taking a cross-agency holistic approach to synchronizing initiatives and by developing a greater understanding of the growing ecosystem. We're going to continue to build upon these successes as NGA moves towards our future at N2W and as we endeavor to meet the moonshot. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you so much. So I have a question. If one of our groups wants to get into Moonshot Labs, and what is the best way for them to start that process?
So, so the best way to start the process is probably to reach out to the Moonshot Labs team. If in order to work within Moonshot Labs, that wheel of tools are all things that we have available to work with companies. We're going to be doing demo days from Moonshot Labs. We'll be hosting industry to come in and talk. So there's a lot of different ways that we're going to have for our partners to interact with us, both in industry and other government agencies. So we are going to have, we're thinking that we'll be having other agencies from over at Transcom come and sit with us as well. So it's not just an NGA only kind of space. We want to bring in other partners as well.
Great. So since we still have a few minutes, what can you talk to us about in addition to Moonshot Labs and Accelerator? We are doing some really interesting kind of STEM activities that folks may be interested in the St. Louis area. Can you just briefly touch on some of those activities that we're looking to start there?
Sure. And let me first say that NGA has been involved. So we have EPAs with many of the universities. One of the EPAs we have is with Harris-Stowe State University. One of the activities that's STEM related that we've done with them is a mapathon. And I believe they're going to be doing those quarterly. We're also looking to partner with the Department of State to run other mapathons open to universities in the region. And We're also really looking to prototype a STEM program that goes from kindergarten all the way through career. And prototype it here in St. Louis because we have a lot of interest, a lot of passion, and a lot of folks that are willing to work together. And so we're going to try to harness that by brokering relationships and prototype something that can be scaled nationwide for geospatial. The other thing I should say is, I know I'm talking a lot about St. Louis, but what we're really doing here is for all of NGA, and we're trying to do things that can be scaled. We also invite you to come. If you want to see Moonshot Labs, we invite you to come and take a tour. We want to talk more about how we can partner with other agencies, with startups. And we do have the Accelerator. We've got pitch days, as I said, hackathons. So we're really trying to kind of be a little more agile in the way we're approaching partnerships, as I know you are as well, David.
Great. So you are helping me transition to Dale. We're having a little challenge getting him online. So when we think about the geospatial ecosystem there in St. Louis, and what would be your main theme that you guys are trying to accomplish initially in Moonshot Labs or the Accelerator? So if you had to pick one area topic of focus for industry, what would it be?
Well, we try not to limit ourselves to one focus area, David. The tech focus areas are what has been driving the Accelerator through the lens of the various KCs, but also really, I would say AI and machine learning, I would say, are two of these. So Moonshot Labs as well has a software developer component here. The dev core will also sit here as well. So really it's a number of things, but workflow modernization. But I would say if I had to pick one, I would say AI ML.
On the spot. We have him on the phone. I am at a little bit of a loss while we try to attempt to get our final speaker. So with that, Christine, thank you so much for your presentation. Thank you for all that great information in what's happening in St. Louis, what NGA is trying to do. Again, highlight for everyone online that it is, as she mentioned, is not St. Louis alone. We're trying to do a global response to that.